Which is recognizing a number of residents in the city, visitors to the city, and people who we choose to honor. And I would like to start that by recognizing Councilmember Dennis Zine.
Good morning, and thank you. Can we get the cheerleaders up to do a cheer? Well, they'll do that. When Councilmember Hahn's here, I'm sure we'll do that at the appropriate time. You are cheerleaders, aren't you? Okay. I thought I recognized those uniforms. And you're not in school? Okay. That's even better for you. But we're here to honor a couple other individuals. The first one is a little 7-year-old first grader. Come on up here. Bida? Bida, it's your turn, hon. Bida Habashe resides in West Hills. Honey, why don't you stand up here so everyone can see you? Now, this little girl did something incredible. West Hills resident, she is 7 years of age, lives with her mom, Miriam, and Bijan, and her 20-month-old sister, Tara. 7 years old, first grade student at Welby Way Elementary School. And you're not in school today, right? But you're going to go later. You're a little shy? You're on television right now, hon. What this little girl did, she donated $750 to the Victory for Victims Walk around Balboa, Lake Balboa, sponsored by the Children's Assault Treatment Services at Northridge Medical Center. That was the Children's Assault Treatment Services at Northridge Medical Center. Collected dollar by dollar in the course of 2 months. Carried a little lunchbox everywhere she went, including her dance class and school. The $750 donated to the Children's Assault Center is the exact cost of a forensic examination and evidence collection for a child brought to the center. Staff at the center was so touched by her pledge, they invited her and her parents to tour the center at the Van Nuys facility, which treated 772 children last year. And the Victory Walk raised more than $40,000 in pledges to help the victims. And this little girl is a great example of how people can change the world by simply caring. 7 years old, first grade student, Welby Way Elementary, Bita Habashi. Congratulations, dear. Now you're smiling, huh? And what we have is a special recognition for you for what you have done. Congratulations to you on your dedication and commitment to helping those in need. You are a living example of how people can change the world simply by caring. Thank you for improving the quality of life and for making the city of Los Angeles a better place in which to live, work, and play. And this is signed by me and our mayor, and this is going to be for you. Now, you're going to come up here and say a few words, okay? How does that sound? Whoops. There you go.
Talk about yourself. say your name and what you do and how you collected the money.
Don't be shy. Maybe Mom will.
You don't want to talk?
Okay, go ahead. Mom will talk.
Okay, this is Bita, and actually it was a great achievement for her because as you can see, she is very shy. But she talked to every person. Nobody could resist saying no to her face. And she collected the money. She's going to do it year after year. And next year, the CATS program going to have a BITA's team. So we're going to ask every other school to join us and help BITA to raise more money for them. And thank you so much for inviting her. Thank you.
Okay, honey, thank you. Here you go. And I have one more presentation at this time, and this is for a big guy. Where is he? Come on up. Robert Porter. Robert Potter. Potter. I'm sorry, Robert. Consistently accommodating services to the community. We have a posse program, and we have Robert involved in training, and those are meetings that we hold in the evening hours in the district. When it comes to areas of concern, clean up the community, Robert is there. Began his career with the City of Los Angeles November 20th, 1989 with the Sanitation Department Wastewater Collection Division. Currently the Refuge Collection Superintendent for the West Valley Refuge Collection Sanitation Department. Consistently accommodates the request for trucks when collecting vendor sweeps. And we do a lot of vendor sweeps in the San Fernando Valley, all the illegal vendors peddling their goods, where they go out with the health department, building and safety, sanitation, and keep our streets clean and eradicate from the illegal vending. On May 21st, volunteered for the first annual South Valley Butterfly Festival and the Canoga Park Memorial Day Parade. On May 30th, continues to do so without hesitation. Robert is a resident of North Hills, married to Kim, with whom they have 4 children and another one on the way. You're never home, you're always working. I guess he gets time off once in a while. His hobbies are baseball, Little League, baseball coach, and spending time with his family. Those are his hobbies and his leisure. A great employee who deserves recognition for his efforts and his commitment to the City of Los Angeles over the past 15 years. Robert Potter, who's always there for us in need in the San Fernando Valley. Robert, we have a certificate of recognition for you. I know you're a big superintendent is here, general manager. I'm going to let you speak first, and then we'll have some words from you.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Zine and council members. It's always a pleasure for me to represent 2,994 other employees that are here and serving the residents of the city of Los Angeles with excellence, and among them is Mr. Potter, as I call him as well. That's what everyone calls him, and I'm so proud of him and all the accomplishments and the accomplishments of the staff, Enrique Zeldavar, the assistant director, and all our superintendents that are here today with you. They serve all of you in so many capacities, so I appreciate your recognition of the hard work of all the employees of the Bureau, and especially Mr. Potter today, who has a lovely family, and we wish him well in his continued success.
A lovely family and more on the way. Bob, your turn.
Well, I'd just like to thank the council for this recognition. It is greatly appreciated, and I hope to continue to produce at this level for the rest of my career. And it's a pleasure working with Mr. Zine, Mr. Smith, and all the other council members. Thank you very much.
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith.
Somehow my request to speak got canceled, but Robert, I want to join with Mr. Zine in this. You've done a great job out there in the community, and I hear nothing but good reports, particularly when my staff comes and tells me that whenever they work with you, things get done, and when my staff is happy, that's really amazing, because they're not easy to please, quite frankly. But then when I hear from Frank Bush, who's here from Building and Safety, who comes over today and says, you got to say nice thing about this guy because he helps us too. That's a really great statement that people all over the city appreciate what you do. So on behalf of all my constituency and my staff and Mr. Bush also, thank you for all you do and your commitment to the people of LA. We're proud of you and all of your employees who do a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith, Mr. Zine, and thank you, Mr. Bush.
Thank you.
Our next presentation will be done. Ms. Gruhl, are your guests here? All right, then let me recognize Councilmember Gruhl.
Yes, please. Thank you, Madam President. I am so pleased to stand here today with some outstanding women in my district who work with Fair Avenue Elementary School. In October of 2005, I launched the Safety Valet program at Fair Avenue Elementary School in North Hollywood. These moms behind me stood out in the morning cold together. We did opening doors and directing traffic because we were concerned with not only the congestion and chaos created during the morning drop-off time, but the safety of our children. And these moms, to me, are our local heroes because they have now come back every single day since then to make sure that the students at Fair Avenue Elementary are getting to school safely. The women standing behind me are the ones who have made it successful and are responsible for that success. They were trained by our Los Angeles Police Department on basic traffic rules and went out to the school every single morning with a coat, oftentimes an umbrella, but most importantly, a smile and a determination to make the program at Fair Avenue a model program. And I really feel strongly that without their efforts, this would not have been considered a model program. Under the Safe Corridors umbrella, the Safety Valet program has been looked as a model for its collaboration with various city departments, its partnership with LAUSD, Department of Transportation, Los Angeles Police Department, but most importantly for its volunteers. In the times of cutbacks and shortfalls, our volunteers have stepped up to the plate and carried the torch to success. This program has changed the chaos of dropping off your child at school to one of order and efficiency. Parents no longer park their cars illegally or stop in the lane to drop off their kids. Parents trust that their children will be taken care of by these women standing behind me by getting them safely from their cars to the school. Our volunteers open the car door, direct the student to the entrance of the school, and keep the traffic flowing. So today I'm very proud to stand here once again amongst this group of very dedicated and outstanding women to say thank you. And I have to tell you, one of the women that I met in the 2 or 3 times I've been out there early at 7 a.m. in the morning said to me, not only are they providing this opportunity for the children, but they get to put a smile on the face of that mother or father who's dropping off their kid. And I was there, and they say, "Good morning, have a good day." And this is the kind of experience and volunteerism that I think is extraordinary. And I have gotten to know many of these women from Fair Avenue Elementary School, and they are my inspiration for their commitment and dedication. And so before I have one of the mothers speak, though, today, I would like to introduce another inspiration to me, which is the principal of Fair Avenue Elementary School, Rosalba Manrique, who has the determination and dedication of no other principal in my district, but she is out there from morning to night. So let's welcome the wonderful principal of Fair Avenue Elementary School.
Thank you. Unfortunately, and I hope you're able to hear me, I was not planning on getting laryngitis today. But I like to, with the voice that I have, to say that we really owe a lot to our councilwoman, Ms. Wendy Kroll, for giving us the opportunity and for having been one of the schools chosen to be part of her program. Like she said before, in the morning, was very chaotic. I mean, there were parents in a rush to go to work. They were just, it's a two-way street, and many times I saw as many as 4, 5, or 6 cars trying to go in between because they were in a rush. Children also trying to go in between cars. So not only has been great for our children, because now we feel they are safe, the parents are safe, the community is safe, and they are also on time. Another thing is, the ladies that are here behind me are our parents that are given, like it was mentioned before, rain or shine, they're there. And during the rain, when I say rain, at the first rains, they didn't have umbrellas. When do we get rain in California? Seldom, right? They were just there wet under the rain, still doing their duty. So I give them a lot of, I would like for you to please give them another round of applause here because they deserve the honor more than I can give it to them. So thank you so much, and to you too.
And I want to leave the best for last, so one other person, although you're still pretty good yourself, Terry, but I'm going to leave one of the parents for last, but I'm going to introduce Terry Ogawa, who is our general manager of the Children, Youth, and Families, who have been the conduit for the funding we've received from the state level. And I have to tell you, Terry, and to the parents behind me and colleagues, Councilmember Villaraigosa and I spoke the other day about making this program citywide at every single elementary school in the city of Los Angeles because you have had such a model program here and some of the other schools in the city of Los Angeles, so I look forward to that. You'll have some more work to do, Terry. But Terry Ogawa.
Thank you very much, Council Member. And I just, I actually, as I was standing there, contemplated whether I should share this morning that I was one of those parents that drove quickly and I was late and I dropped my child off in a very unsafe way. But I think all of us who are parents and who have to drive our kids to school find ourselves in that situation where we drop our children off in very dangerous kinds of ways. And so I want to thank you for taking the leadership role to pilot this program. And I want to thank all of you, the ladies behind me, because it's because of your efforts that the commission and the city was awarded a grant of almost $500,000 to initiate this, implement this in 100 other elementary schools throughout the city. Now, there are many more than 100, so when you say that you want to make it citywide, that makes us very excited. And I do want to share with you that there is an opportunity from the Office of Traffic Safety to extend this to middle school and high school. So we are very excited, and I want to thank all of you once again for your hard efforts. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Emperatriz Plancarte, who has one of the biggest smiles in the morning there at Fair Avenue Elementary School and is one of the many heroes you see behind us. So I'd like to, she'll be representing the parents today. Give a great round of applause for Emperatriz Plancarte. And she's going to help translate for you.
Okay. Bueno, buenos días. Pues somos un equipo de ballet de ahí de Fair Avenue que estamos muy contentos con poder ayudar algo a la escuela por bien de los niños. Okay.
Good morning. We're a group of people that do ballet for the ballet program at Fair Avenue, and we're very happy as parents to be able to help the community and the other parents.
Para bien de los niños, somos un equipo que estamos pues muy tempranito para que lleguen a tiempo a su escuela.
This is all for the benefit of the children. We're a group that are always there early, every day to benefit the school.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. And these women are really the heroes of the San Fernando Valley and Fair Avenue and are a wonderful role model for their children and for all of us in the City Council. So thank you very much for letting us honor them today. And we have proclamations for each of them, but we're going to be able to do that in the back room. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gruhl. Our next presentation will be done by Councilmember Labange, both one for himself and one for Councilmember Reyes.
Madam President, members, thank you very much. Joining me today is our Counsel General for the Thai, the Royal Thai Council, Isha Thorn Sanaval. Very good to see you this morning. And also the Royal Thai Embassy Minister and Counselor, Parakan Vakul. Very good to see you this morning. And also Los Angeles Trade Thai Director, Songsin Savanity. Very good to see you all. And Scott is with us as well from Mayor Han's office, because coming up is the Thai Business Week. Now, this very important week is important to focus on Thai business here in Los Angeles. And I extend the great greetings of my colleague, Mr. Garcetti, who you know has Thai Town in his district. But I know the great Royal Embassy, the Consul General's office is in the 4th in the great Larchmont Village district of the city of Los Angeles. This relationship established between Thailand and the United States was a treaty signed in March 20th, 1833. It's a very historic document. The treaty is intended to encourage and enhance diplomatic and commercial relationships between both nations, and the treaty continues to be successful in all of our endeavors. In 2004, the total value of trade between both countries exceeded $2.4 billion. The Department of Export Promotions, a branch of Thai's government, has decided to bring the first Thai Expo 2005 to our city to promote and advocate for more business activities. We are declaring this Thai Business Week, which starts June 16th through the 19th at our convention center. So I would want to welcome all to Los Angeles and invite them to come, those of us in Los Angeles, to the convention to learn about Thailand and the opportunities for economic trade. I have a very special commendation of Thai Business Week, which describes in various wonderful forms, prepared by our marvelous city clerk. And I just want to present this to you and congratulate you, but ask you to say a few brief words of the importance of this great relationship with Thai Business Week. Let's everybody give a hand and a cheer for Thai Business Week. Madam President, please welcome the Consul General of Thailand.
Good morning, Madam Chairperson and the Council member. On behalf of the Government of Thailand and the Team Thailand here in Los Angeles, I would like to extend our sincere thanks to the City Council and especially Council Member Tom Labong for giving us this proclamation. And I hope that the upcoming Thailand exhibition for 2005 will promote and enhance our economic ties and business between Thailand and Los Angeles. And also I would like to take this opportunity to extend our sincere thanks also to the City of Los Angeles, the mayor and the staff, City Council member for extending the cooperation, very good cooperation to us in many things so far. Thank you so much.
All right, Council General, thank you so much. Madam President, thank you very much. Please be seated, gentlemen, because we're going to go in the press room in just a moment, but I got to take advantage of this moment. Madam President, can I hereby salute a great city employee right here, Arthur Jaramillo. Get up here, AJ. Give AJ a big hand here. I'm presenting this on behalf of Ed Reyes. Arthur is one of the great public employees who has served our city so well, 29 years of dedicated service to the City of Los Angeles, to the Department of Building and Safety. He started his career in building and safety in 1976, the year of this country's bicentennial. He's promoted to inspector in 79, and up the ladder he went all the way and worked very hard in his efforts to help people achieve their goals. Whether it was anything in the central city area of Los Angeles, in the work of on the east side or the west side or in the valley, Arthur was one who really did his job. Technical knowledge, his capability, his interpersonal skills, because as we know, sometimes in a construction job, it's not easy. You're able to make sure that the code was met, but also they accomplished the task at hand. He received numerous citations, including those from the Los Angeles City Quality and Productivity Commission for an award in 2002 for improvements in the code enforcement services. A graduate of Cal State University Los Angeles with a Bachelor's of Arts degree in criminal justice, he applied for the Los Angeles Police Department and saw Dennis Zion there and said, "No, I'm not going to join." I'm teasing. No. He graduated from Cal State LA in criminal justice planning, but he chose his work, his life work, in our Department of Building and Safety. He's been a member of the Engineers and Architects Association, the Municipal Constructors Inspectors Association, and the International Conference of Building Officials, as well as Veterans of Foreign Wars. 29 years of quality work, honesty, integrity, and dedication to this Department of Building and Safety. A.J. Jaramillo is a hallmark of consistent output of his work. He's a valuable asset to the city of Los Angeles, and you're going to dearly be missed. I want to just say on behalf of Ed Reyes and Mr. Garcetti and myself, we want to salute Arthur for his work and thank him for his dedication. And before you speak, Arthur, I'm going to ask Andrew Edelman, the General Manager of the Department of Building and Safety, to say a few words about this very special employee.
AJ Jaramillo was such a great employee that everybody in the department doesn't know him as AJ Jaramillo. He has one name, just AJ. Right. Everybody knows AJ and they know who it is. One of the ways that I measure how good the employee is the fact that how many council members are saying, "Can I have him in my district?" Well, AJ, everybody wanted AJ in their council district. AJ, thank you for 29 years of great service to the city, and thank you for all the private advice that you gave me after the picnic, before the parties, when you stopped by my office and say, "Hey Andrew, can I talk to you?" Great job. Congratulations on your retirement.
AJ, thank you. Thanks. Where do you go to high school? He's a great graduate of also Cathedral High, which he should be recognized right here. Please give a big salute to A.J. Jaramillo, Arthur Jaramillo, for 29 years of service.
Thank you very much, Councilman LaBonge, and Council, for this recognition. I appreciate it very much. It's been a long haul, a lot of hard work. I enjoyed very much doing the job as an inspector with the City of Los Angeles and serving the public and also the council members. I worked in code enforcement for quite a few years and was able to work with the council directly, and I really enjoyed it. It was a pleasure, and I felt like I made an impact, and I want to thank you very much. Thank you.
AJ, thank you. I did that. Congratulations, AJ Jaramillo. Madam President, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. LaBonge. Members, before we continue, let's call the roll. We do have a quorum.
Cardenas, Garcetti, Gruel, Hahn, LaBonge, Ludlow, Miskowski, Parks, Perry, Reyes, Smith, Vitagosa, Whiteside, Padilla. 10 members present and a quorum, Madam President.
All right, members, I'd like you all to pay attention. We're going to go through the agenda very quickly and call those items out that we need further discussion on. Mr. Clerk?
First order of business would be approval of the minutes.
Mr. Parks moves, Mr. Smith seconds. The minutes are approved.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Those are also approved.
On the regular agenda, items 1 through 10 are items for which public hearings have been held. The Housing Committee has submitted its report on item 9, and that has been circulated to all members.
We have 1 through 10 before us. The public hearings have been held. There are no cards, so those matters are for the council to call special. Mr. Parks?
I'd like to ask that we continue number 4 for Mr. Ludlow, and that's it.
Mr. Parks, can we hold on that, and perhaps you might want to discuss with the city attorney? The city attorney has some issues.
Okay.
All right. We'll hold 4 on the desk momentarily, but 1 through 10 otherwise are now before us. Any other specials? Seeing none. 10 will also hold, so that will be 1 through 10, except for 4 and 10, so 1 through 9. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
Those are approved with those 2 exceptions.
And the ordinance will go over 1 week.
That will be the order.
Items 11 through 42 are items for which public hearings have not been held. 10 votes are required for consideration.
Items 11 through 42 are now before us. There are no cards on those items that were submitted, so I will open the hearing and close the hearing. Members, any items 11 through 42? Ms. Hahn?
Yes, I'd like to continue item 11 for, 30 days.
All right. Is there
To-
any objection to 11 being continued for 30
That
days?
would be to July 12th.
To July 12th. Seeing no objection, we will continue that. The other items, 12 through 42, are now before us. Any specials? Seeing none, open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 eyes.
Those are approved.
On the continuation agenda, items 43 and 44 are items for which public hearings have been held.
We do have cards on 43, so we will call that special. Does anyone want to call 44 special? If not, 44 is before us. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 eyes.
That is approved.
Madam President, do you wish to recess the regular meeting and take up the special meeting?
Yes, let's do that.
Cardenas, Garcetti, Gruel, Han, Labange, Ludlow, Miskowski, Parks, Perry, Reyes, Smith, Vitagosa, Whiteside, Padilla, 10 members present and a quorum, Madam President.
All right, we are now in the special agenda meeting, special
I-
council meeting.
Items 1 and 2 are items for which public hearings have been held.
Again, there are no cards submitted on items 1 and 2. No, the hearings have already been held. Any discussion on the council calling special items 1 or 2? If not, those matters are before us. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 eyes.
Those are approved. Mr. Parks, on item 4, let's adjourn the special agenda and return to our regular agenda. Mr. Parks?
We've just been advised we can move on that.
All right, so item 4 does not need to be held. We can vote on item 4 unless anyone wants to call it special. If not, open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 eyes.
All right, those are approved. Thank you, members. We will now go back to special, I'm sorry, Mr. Parks?
I'd like to see if we could reconsider number 6 for instruction to the city attorney. We failed to ask they create an ordinance to implement the direction of the committee.
All right, let's, if there's no objection, let's vote on reconsideration of item 6. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 eyes.
That is reconsidered and now before us.
Request that the city attorney create an ordinance to implement the recommendations of the committee.
All right, that has been amended to add an additional request to the city attorney to prepare the ordinance. Let's vote on that matter. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 eyes.
That is approved. All right, now we have a few items we will consider for discussion after we continue with our presentations, and I believe I would like to recognize Mr. Cardenas. Mr. Cardenas, you ready for your presentation?
It's great to be able to recognize people in their early years like we did to that young lady, and we are going to do that this moment as well, to Carla Nino for their service and for them giving of themselves above and beyond the call of duty to their community and not only to their family. Today we have the honor of having in our presence the president of the California State PTA, whose term is a 2-year term that will end on June 30th of this year, 2005, and that's our Valley, Carla Nino, who raised her 2 children in the San Fernando Valley and who are here with us today. And she not only was able to be involved in the PTA since the early 1980s, but she was also successful in getting her children through K through 12 successfully and also into college, as both Carlos and Claudia have both either completed college or about to complete college, in the next couple of weeks, right? Okay. So with that, let me share with you what Carla's involvement has been with the PTA and how long it's been that she has been involved and why she got involved in the PTA. Carla joined the PTA and began her volunteer career as the hospitality chairwoman when her son entered kindergarten in 1982. We just dated you, Carlos. Okay. In 1982, she started volunteering with PTA because she was a single mother, employed full-time, and she wanted to make sure that her children knew that she was interested in their lives and that she was involved even though she wasn't able to be with them as much as she would like. Her first PTA convention was 1985, and she was hooked because she went on to be the president of the Los Robles Council and served on the 31st PTSA Board of Directors. And also, she went on to join the California State PTA Board of Managers in January of 1995. And she served in various capacities, and today she was elected as president on July 1st, beginning July 1st, 2003, of which her term is a 2-year term and will complete at the end of this month. Her vision was one of increased membership, and also that the membership should close the gap between all people and make sure that all people who are interested in their children's lives, that the PTA be a PTA of diversity, and also where parents of all parts of the world who bring their children here, who want the best for their children, can participate and feel welcome. And she's done that by increasing the ranks of the PTA members across the states in her tenure, both as a member and as president. Even though both of her children graduated from high school, Carla continues to this day to be involved in the PTA, and that's the kind of recognition that she deserves from this city of Los Angeles for her commitment to the PTA, not only for her children, but for the entire community for so many years. So with that, I'd like to invite her children to maybe say a few words first. Want to say something nice about your mom? Come on up, Carlos.
I'm very proud of my mom, and I'm very happy to be here this morning. She works hard, and she's just a wonderful example for parents in the world, definitely here in Los Angeles, and I love her very much and appreciate all her support, not only for myself, but for children and families in general.
Thank you. You sure? You don't want to say anything? Come on. You want to say thank you?
Yeah, no. My mom is definitely my personal hero, and I hope that I can have a family like she's had and raise 2 great kids. She's awesome.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So with that, Carla, please come forward and accept this recognition.
Thank you
and
so much.
please
Thank
share
you.
a few words with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate this honor. I have been, as Councilmember Cardenas has said, a member of PTA and involved since Carlos started kindergarten. And I feel that this organization is essential to empower parents, to teach them how to be involved in their children's lives, to let them know what the importance is for that involvement and how children will achieve greater success in their lives and better outcomes and better human involvement in relationships through being involved in PTA. And I appreciate this award. Thank you.
So with that, Carla, on behalf of the City of Los Angeles and the City Council of Los Angeles, we give you this resolution for your continued commitment above and beyond the call of duty and your commitment to parents across the state of California and throughout the City of Los Angeles. Thank you very much, and God bless you, and I know you're going to be involved for many more years to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Cardenas. Let me now call on Councilmember Greg Smith.
Thank you, Madam President. Appreciate the opportunity. Joining me is Mr. Joe Carbus of Granada Hills. In each one of our districts, we have those very special people that we cherish, that step forward and run youth programs and sports programs in our community, whether they're Little League, AYSO, at our parks, whatever the case may be. And we all cherish those people, but Mr. Carbus has gone a step beyond, has done something very incredible and worthy of our congratulations. 35 years ago, as a father of 5, he gathered support in the community to organize the very first AYSO girls soccer division at Pettit Park in Granada Hills, the very first girls soccer division in America. Mr. Carbus took on the role of AYSO Director of Publicity, making presentations to numerous AYSOs in regions promoting girls soccer. Because of his effort, today AYSO is 45% female. And women's soccer has become a truly phenomenal event in the United States of America, and the success of our women's soccer team in the Olympics are a direct result of the work done in AYSO and bringing girls forward into the sports programs and welcoming them and giving them a real role and promoting it to the point now where 45% AYSO are girls soccer teams. For his efforts, Mr. Carbus was just recognized into the American AYSO Hall of Fame for his leadership in pioneering women's soccer around the country and really helping make this phenomenon take hold and bringing soccer to girls all over America. For his accomplishments, AYSO recognized him, and we are here today to recognize him and congratulate him for making it truly a great and inspirational program. And I got to say, my daughter, Krista, played in AYSO 174 thanks to Mr. Carbus. So thank you, Mr. Carbus. And for that, I also need a special recognition from Ms. Hahn. Ms. Hahn, will you give us your normal girls? Girls rule. Thank you, Mr. Carbus. Would you like to say a few words?
Sure.
Introduce your family also?
Okay. Thank you, Councilman Smith. This is an honor to be here, and I think it's wonderful that the council is recognizing today the birthright of girls soccer. The first girls soccer activity in California, and we believe in the country. And remember, Brandy Chastain, who scored the winning goal against China about 5 years ago, was a product of the American Youth Soccer Organization. It's too bad she's not here today. She's a lot better looking than I am. But in any event, 2 years after we started our league at Pettit Park in Granada Hills, the American Youth Soccer Organization adopted the girls component as part of their program, and the rest is history. There's several million girls playing in various organized groups throughout the country, and particularly the American Youth Soccer Organization. My daughter said, "Dad, the girls soccer program was a labor of love." But labor sounded much like work. I would say it was an adventure of love. Thank you very much. I want to introduce my daughters, who are part of the first girls soccer league that we established in Granada Hills. My daughter Tracy with the camera, and my daughter Kimberly in back of me. And they played soccer 35 years ago, before many of you were born, I realize that. But it was a great experience, and I think that when girls came into the program and complimented the boys, you had a total family experience. And out of that was born the term that has been used many times called soccer moms. And soccer moms have played an important political function over the years. But I think that much of the credit goes to the starting of the program in Granada Hills 35 years ago. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to take a picture.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Are you going to? For our next presentation, let me call on Councilmember Hahn.
Where's my cert? Okay. Thank you, Madam President. Members, this is becoming an annual event. Come close. I'm very pleased today to honor the 5th anniversary of the South Bay Latino Chamber of Commerce. South Bay Latino Chamber of Commerce was founded in 2000 by its president, Candy Sines, my good friend. Candy and his co-founders realized that Latino businesses in the Los Angeles area were bringing about $16 billion a year and employing more than 150,000 people. These businesses were greatly influencing our local economy, and yet there was not one organization that was advocating for them, was touting their accomplishments, and was really getting them involved in industries in the city of Los Angeles, particularly the Port of Los Angeles. So Candy wanted to start that organization. He wanted to make sure that Los Angeles understood the incredible importance and the incredible achievements of our Latino businesses. So he created the South Bay Latino Chamber of Commerce. This year, the Chamber will be celebrating its 5th year of successfully promoting, advocating for, integrating Latino businesses in the Los Angeles into productive and valuable businesses. Over the past 5 years, this chamber has formed partnerships between these businesses and our communities. They've worked to provide information, training, banking access to these businesses, and have really become the premier advocate for Latino businesses with our local, state, and federal officials. I know that one of the things we talked about in the beginning days of this Chamber of Commerce was how do we connect Latino businesses, particularly the small, medium, and women-owned Latino businesses with the international trade industry, the Port of Los Angeles. It was a real disconnect, and I know Candy has worked tirelessly in that effort connecting those two entities. Candy's joined here today by members of his staff and board members. I was one of the original founding board members of this Chamber of Commerce, and it's one of the things I'm most proud of in my history. So congratulations, and on behalf of the City of Los Angeles, we present you this beautiful recognition, congratulating you on your 5th anniversary and wishing you great success in the future as you work to connect Latino businesses with the great industries in Los Angeles. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Would you like to say something?
Thank you very much. Honorable Council President and council members, on behalf of the members, board of directors, corporate partners, and friends of the South Bay Latino Chamber of Commerce, I want to thank you for this resolution commemorating our 5th year of existence, and I invite you to join us at our annual gala on Saturday to be held at the Proud Bird to celebrate this achievement. Our mission is simple: to promote, educate, advocate, and inspire on behalf of the many diverse, successful Latino businesses in the South Bay and the greater Los Angeles region. One of our primary goals is to ensure that each of these businesses are given the opportunity to share in the wealth generated within the city of Los Angeles and the greater Los Angeles area. With your help and that of our many supporters, we will reach our goals. Again, I want to thank you, Honorable Councilwoman Janice Hahn, Honorable President, and all of the City Council members for honoring the South Bay Latino Chamber of Commerce. Thank you very much.
Mr. Cardenas?
I just wanted to thank you, Candy, very much for all the work you've been doing over the years. When I was a state legislator, you brought many things to my attention in that corner of the world that are very important, not only to your community in the South Bay, but to all of California. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for your outreach above and beyond the local community and making sure that you are on the map and for hanging in there. I know it's tough sometimes, but I just wanted to personally thank you for all your efforts. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Councilman Cardenas.
Thank you, and I'm going to do one more presentation, but if you'd like to go in the back, we'll take some pictures. Okay, my next presentation is going to be show and tell. So first we'll show, and then we'll tell. Let me introduce to you the championship co-ed cheer team from Banning High School. Oh my God. Woo. Woo. Don't hurt yourself. You don't have to do any major steps. Yeah, no, don't do any big steps. Are they okay? We can move this back. All right. I'm sure they have a lot to show, but they're only going to show us one. Let's hear it again for the championship co-ed cheer team from Banning High School. Okay, colleagues, I'm pleased to present to you this championship cheer team from Banning High School in my district. And these young men and women have been winning competition after competition and have really made their school, the community of Wilmington, and I dare say today the entire city of Los Angeles very, very proud. In March, they competed in the Cheerleader of America Open at UC Irvine and placed first. Later that month, they competed in the National Cheerleaders of America West Coast Championship and placed fourth. But the high points of this season were the LAUSD Championship, where they won first place, and at the Spirit Club International State Championship, they were also awarded the first place. So congratulations. I was a cheerleader in junior high, high school, even at my university, and I know what a grueling sport that cheerleading is, particularly with the co-ed teams and some of the stunts that you're able to do, and we're all extremely impressed. We know it takes long hours of dedication. We know it takes long hours of hard practice on top of making sure that they keep up with their studies and their academics in school. So it really takes a real special person to have that kind of commitment and dedication. So today I want to present to the assistant principal, Rudy Mendoza, this certificate congratulating the championship co-ed cheer team, and know that we have a nice plaque that's on its way for you to hang in the school office. And then afterwards I have special certificates congratulating each one of you by name, and I'll give them to you in the back when we take pictures. So Rudy, congratulations very much. I also know that, Rudy, would you like to say a few words? Sure. And then is the cheer coach here?
Yes.
Monica Soto's here. We'll let, Monica's here? Oh, she's not here. Okay, so if there's anybody else that wants to speak, they can. But Rudy, say something great about your wonderful team.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank Councilwoman Janice Hahn for inviting us here this morning to recognize the work, the hard work that these young people put in every day, not only with their academics, but they're at school, after school, every day practicing from 3 to 7, going home, doing their homework, and maintaining a GPA of 2.0 or better. This squad here behind me is excelling in the classroom. I believe that their average GPA is 3.0 or above. So not only are they, yes, I think, not only are they athletes, but they are great students as well. So we are very pleased to have them, the ambassadors of our school, the ambassadors of the Wilmington community, and I can't say enough about how proud we are of these students. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I would like to introduce John Gonzalez, who is the captain, one of the captains of the team, and also Elaine, if you can please come up.
Hello. I'm gonna sound sort of reiterating just what they said about how hard it is to like be a cheerleader and like how much dedication to the sport that it takes. And I just want to thank you on behalf of my team for honoring our accomplishments.
Okay, thank you. Well, let's go in the back room.
Thank you, Ms. Hahn, and congratulations to a great team. Mr. Weiss is going to be our next presenter, but I'm going to recognize Mr. Labange just to introduce the class.
Special class, students from both Mr. Weiss's area, Mr. Ludlow's area, and my area. They're a very special class of sixth graders. Let me introduce their teachers, Ms. Mejia and Mr. Mitchell. Please stand up first. Give your teachers a big hand. And your great parent and leader, Mary Roswing, right here. Give her a big hand right there. But all of you stand up. The great sixth grade from John Burroughs Middle School in the heart of the Miracle Mile of the city of Los Angeles, the Hancock Park area. Stand up. Be recognized. Everybody there, give yourselves a big hand. Thank you very much, John Burroughs. Great to have you all here. Mr. Weiss, thank you. Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Labange. Now let's return to Mr. Weiss for a presentation.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm presenting to the council a great guy, Michael Nye, and he and his friends, you're going to do a human pyramid for us now, right? You're so motivated by the Banning High folks. Colleagues, Michael Nye has served as president of the Western region of the Jewish Labor Committee for the past 10 years. We're celebrating his 10-year anniversary there, and we're giving him a commendation today to acknowledge his extraordinary tenure there on behalf of teachers in their struggle to maintain a living wage and benefits, and on behalf of their struggle to maintain a positive learning environment in the classroom. Mr. Nye is presently the Secretary-Treasurer of the California Federation of Teachers and recently received the Tri-County Labor Council Leader of the Year Award. He has demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to the labor community spanning across the entire state of California. He got his start when he was 24 years old when he became president of the local teachers union in San Jose, and he's been very active in a number of charitable and community causes over the years. But today we're recognizing him for 10 years of service as president of the Jewish Labor Committee. We want to thank and acknowledge him for that service. He's brought a number of his friends and associates today. Do you have any flips, half gainers, anything? This is your chance. Be on TV. Failing gymnastic acrobatics, I present to you Michael Nye. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you very much, Jack. Our office of our Western region of the Jewish Labor Committee is in Jack's district. Actually, I live in Wendy's district, but she never calls and never writes. Cindy, I used to live in your district when I lived in Woodland Hills. I will say that anytime someone is part of a private nonprofit, that they're usually just the tip of the iceberg of many other people's hard work and dedication. And these people behind me are really the guts of what the Jewish Labor Committee does. We're a human relations organization founded in 1934, initially to alert the labor movement specifically and the general public more broadly of what was happening in Europe with fascism and Nazism. The JLC later, in the 50s and 60s, became the civil rights trainer for the trade union movement in America. We helped form in virtually every major union and major labor council what were then called tolerance committees that became what we know more today as civil rights committees. That intergroup work manifested itself in California by staffing and helping bring about the coalition that brought about the Fair Employment Practices Commission. It was the first bill that Pat Brown signed when he became governor. There's a beautiful picture of that signing that the JLC gave to the Pat Brown Institute at Cal State LA. If you ever have a chance to go there, you'll see something extremely historic. that kind of coalition for progress is still possible. It's what's needed. And Jack, thank you very much.
Mr. Smith, did you? No, I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Weiss. Members, I believe we have one more presentation, a final one by Councilmember Zine.
We have from San Pedro, the cheerleaders, and from the San Fernando Valley, the swimmers. Right? Yep. Grover Cleveland High School, which is now a distinguished school in the state of California, the varsity girls swim team. Let's hear it for the varsity girls swim team, Grover Cleveland High School. I'm sorry that Councilmember Hahn's not here to do the cheering because it's always girls rule. We try to balance that sometimes. Where is our coach, Ms. Frias? Coach, come on up here, Coach. Come on up here. Teresa Frias, the coach of the award-winning Cleveland High School team, 2005 City Section Champions. Congratulations. Thank you. And what we have today, Cleveland High School in Reseda, the girls swimming team has won the 2005 City Section Championship, defending its title for the second year in a row. Cleveland High joins Pacific Palisades and Granada Hills in being the only girls teams in the past 25 years to repeat as city champions. Quite an accomplishment. The girls team had 14 swimmers score in at least one event, and there were 6 top finishers for the Cleveland High Cavaliers. There are 21 boys teams, 22 girls teams who competed in the 2005 City Section Championships. And our coach, Coach Frias, Cavalier coach, says that it's amazing to have won the second title 2 years in a row because most of our swimmers are high school swimmers, meaning they only took the class for fun. That is real success. And we want to congratulate you and all the girls from the swim team for winning the second title in a row. And again, making the San Fernando Valley one of LA Unified schools, Cleveland High School, which is one of the 5 schools in my district, again, recognized here at Los Angeles City Council. So congratulations. We have certificates for each and every one of you. And I'm glad that you're here. And I know that there was a delay because the bus showed up late, or the traffic was bad, or whatever happened. But you swam your way through it, and here you are. And Coach, it's your turn to speak on behalf of the great team. Congratulations.
Thank you very much for this honor. I know how hard my girls have worked for the past year to achieve our goal of repeating as city champions. Most people believe that swimming is an individual sport, but I truly believe that in our case it is a team sport. I'm very proud to have the honor of coaching these exceptional athletes and wonderful young ladies. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And as you notice, we have our president today, the woman who's swimming us through the task here at City Hall, and we appreciate that, and I appreciate the time, and we're going to go back and do some photos in the back room. Thank you all. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Zine, and congratulations to the swim team. We do have one more presentation, members, and let me recognize Councilmember Bernard Parks.
Thank you, Madam President. Today, we're going to do this presentation for Mr. Ludlow. I'm a very important person in the 8th and 9th District. We share one of those boundaries. But we have today Father Gregory Chisholm, who is the pastor of Holy Name Catholic Church on West Jefferson in Jefferson Park. He has a significant background and certainly has made a significant impact on our community for the number of years that he has pastored that facility. Just to give you a thumbnail sketch of his background, he's a graduate of MIT. He earned a Bachelor of Science and a Master of Science and a PhD in Mechanical Engineering at MIT. And unfortunately, Alex Padilla's not here because they're the only two that could talk to each other today. He also continued his education with a bachelor's in philosophy and theology at the University of London, and also received additional degrees from Winston Jesuit School of Theology, also in Cambridge, Massachusetts. He's a member of the Society of Jesus and belonged to the New England province of Jesuits since 1980. He was ordained in 1993, moved to Detroit, Michigan, where he was also a professor of mechanical engineering at the University of Detroit, Mercy, specializing in engineering, vibration and dynamics, and served as a consultant for General Motors Corporation. He has participated in the religious and spiritual life of students, faculty, and staff at the University of Detroit Mercy, and assisted in supporting faith communities at St. George, which is a great parish in Detroit. He also found time to preach at other Detroit parishes. He's also a member of the board of the Jesuit-run Loyola High School in Detroit. And just to give you a thumbnail, he has been ministering at Holy Name since April 1998. He served on the governing board of the Jesuit School of Theology in Berkeley, California, at also the St. Anne's Maternity Home in Los Angeles. He's a 4th degree member of the Knights of the St. Peter Claver and the chaplain of the Western States District of the Knights of St. Peter Claver. He's going to be moving to Oakland, and certainly we're not pleased with that because he has made such an impact on the community and Holy Name Church that recently the church put together a going away in which several hundred members of the parish came forward to express their support. He also, understanding the change in the community, has begun to not only emphasize the African American traditions in the Catholic Church, but also embrace the Hispanic population in the community. He has moved forward on a variety of issues in the church, and we just thought before he left his pastoral duties at the Holy Name and moved on to Oakland that Mr. Ludlow certainly authored this to move forward and to honor him for what he's done in the community and let him know that he always has a home in Los Angeles if he chooses to return. But again, with his background and his education, we will certainly be hearing more and more of him from Oakland. And in addition to pastoring a church, he's also going to be teaching at the Jesuit Divinity School. So these are things that he has accomplished and will accomplish. And we just wanted to ask Pastor Gregory Chisholm to be here today and say thank you for what you've done to Los Angeles. And also, we look forward to working with him in the future upon his return.
Thank you very much, Mr. Madam President, I want to thank you and the council members for this honor. I choose to think there have been 3 accomplishments in my tenure here in Los Angeles at Holy Name of Jesus. I think I have developed a community of people who are change agents in our world, particularly in our neighborhood of Jefferson Park, but also men and women who are moral agents, and as moral agents, even people who forgive and build community as a result. But the third thing that I'm most proud of is that we have developed a community of men and women at Holy Name of Jesus who have cut across the ethnic and racial boundaries that seem to be so difficult for men and women in Los Angeles to overcome. We have a community of people of African descent and people of Latino descent who actually work together to build church, to try to accomplish the Lord's mission in the world. There have been times, of course, in the past, and that's also true of any kind of populist movement in our country, there have been times when there have been a few people who have tried to take advantage of our differences and have tried to break up our community. But I'm pleased to tell you today that the power of faith has been stronger than the power of evil in Jefferson Park. I'd like to thank Councilman Parks, whose district part of our parish falls within. I'd like to thank Councilman Ludlow, whose district the rest of our parish falls within. I'd also like to thank the members of the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits in Los Angeles, who've been so helpful to me. I'd like to thank Cardinal Mahoney, without whose support it would have been so difficult to accomplish anything. But most of all, I thank the men and women of Holy Name of Jesus Church in Jefferson Park. They have been wonderful supports and teachers. Thank you very much. Yes. May I introduce a member of our parish? This is Mrs. Berenice Scott, a long-term member of our parish. Yes.
I've looked forward to this affair for many, many weeks. We're very proud of Father Chisholm. We hope that he will enjoy his new assignment. We will miss him. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us down here today. Ms. Hahn, Mr. Parks, before the
Madam
council member.
President, can we have item 3 sent forthwith?
All right, I'm sorry. We will send item 3 forthwith. Members, we are now back on the items. We have item 3, 2 items that were called special and the public hearing. Let's go to item number 10.
Item 10 was being held on the desk for Councilmember Labange.
Mr. Labange, item 10.
Members, I just wanted to call its attention, especially those Valley Council members, to look at this and be focused on the end of the Orange Line construction. There's matters coming forward just to focus on Orange Line, and I know there's a couple of challenges to make sure you're aware, because we're coming to completion soon. And there's one little problem in someone's district. I got to find out where a sound wall and a bike path are a little too close to each other, but we'll talk about it. Thank you, Madam President, for these 40 seconds.
Thank you. Mr. Parks, did you want to speak on item?
No, I just wanted to ask for 4 items to go forth.
All right, let's complete this item, item 10, and Madam Clerk, open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
That is approved. Mr. Parks, for your forthwith.
Have item 5, 6, 7, and 9 go forthwith.
Is there any, no, yes, we'll go ahead and send those items forthwith, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Mr. Weiss.
I'm informed by a reliable source that item 2 on the special ought to be moved forthwith.
Then we will request that that also go forthwith, item 2. All right, that brings us to item, I believe, 43. And 43 does have a card. So, Mr. Fujioka, you want to present it first?
Yes, I'd like to make a couple of quick comments first. The 43 itself is a progress report for the 311 program, and it speaks to the next steps that have to be taken. One of the steps that's in the proposed, when next year's budget, with the consolidation of the building and safety call center into the 311 center. And I know that a number of you have received, whether it's calls or faxes, emails, and so on from the building community, but also concerns have been expressed by the labor group representing the employees assigned to the building and safety call center. This is one thing there's several things. The one thing I want to ask now is, because of the concerns that have been expressed by the building community, and also, even more important, the concerns expressed by the building and safety staff, that I ask that we temporarily delay this consolidation from building and safety to ITA for at least 3 months. It's my intent to work through these issues with both communities, whether it's the building community, but more important, our employees, because there's been a number of misstatements that have been made that has gotten everyone overly excited. And at this juncture, we need to work through these problems. And the one thing that I wanted to put on record, because it may be individuals, whether our employees or those in the building community, is that the intent was to transfer the building and safety staff from ITA. That's all that would have happened on July 1st. The building and safety staff would stay at the same work location, working the same job, at the same terminals, with the same schedule, providing the same information to ensure that we provide that service to very critical industry in the city of Los Angeles. Before any changes were made, it was our intent to sit down with AFSCME and their employee reps to go through the impact bargaining requirements that exist right now. We also have a commitment with AFSCME to create and to develop this Joint Labor Management Committee to address these issues, and we will honor that commitment. At this point in time, though, I think it would be in everyone's interest to take a deep breath, because information has been sent to the building industry that speaks to a degradation of the service they provide that is not accurate, because again, same people, same job, same information. But regardless, at this point in time, I'd ask that we do suspend it for at least 3 months. The intent is to place the building and safety staff on resolution authorities. We'll go through the necessary steps to transfer money, because it's now an ITA, back to building and safety to properly fund this. And then I'll come back to you in about 45 days with an update.
All right, so Mr. Fujioka has made a request that we amend the status report with an additional direction that we suspend any implementation of the 311 transfer for the 3-month period with reports back. So that amendment will be before us. We have both Mr. Cardenas who would like to speak, and then we have Cheryl Parisi. Cheryl, why don't we open the public hearing and hear from you?
Good morning. Thank you. The creation of the 311 call center creates vast improvements in the delivery of city services to residents and is an important step in moving city government closer to its residents. AFSCME Local 3090 represents all call center operators who are pioneers in this method of service delivery. Our members believe in the project and take pride in the quality of the service that they provide. They're hopeful that the proposed expansion of 311 and the resulting consolidations will further enhance their ability to provide the highest quality public service. The creation of a Joint Labor Management Committee, as contemplated in the report, is an appropriate vehicle for addressing the impact of all changes on the workers who provide this service, and it will assure that the highest level of services continue to be provided. We support Mr. Fujioka's recommendation that the Joint Labor Management Committee be created, that it have an opportunity to review the impacts of all of the contemplated changes on the workers before the changes take place, and that we can assure the smoothest transition. AFSCME Local 3090 is committed to the ultimate success of the 311 project. We believe, however, that we must do it correctly. It is imperative that the needs, interests, and concerns of 311 operators be addressed in a manner which provides for smooth transition. We believe that the process outlined, the creation of the Joint Labor Management Committee, the opportunity to address concerns, and then the subsequent transition will provide that opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That concludes the public comment. Let me now call on Councilmember Cardenas.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Mr. Fujioka, I'd like to ask you a couple clarifying questions. How did it come about that, first of all, I'd like to say from my perspective and the perspective of many people out here in Los Angeles, the building and safety has come a long way in improving their public service and the way that they deliver service in a positive way. How did it come about that the Department of Building and Safety was chosen to be one of the earlier conversions into the 311 call center system rather than one of the latter ones?
The 311 effort is into it's about beginning its third year, about middle of the third year. At the beginning of the process, the 301 Steering Committee engaged the services of an outside consultant, it was PricewaterhouseCoopers, to look at this whole program and come forward with recommendations on what programs should be merged and in what order. It was at the recommendation of PricewaterhouseCoopers that building and safety was identified as being first up in the queue. To a large extent, it's because of the strength of the call center, and because there's a commitment to make the 311 program as successful as possible. Adding a strong program to the 311 center, I thought was a very, very prudent move. The intent, and for the building industry who's listening, is to improve the current service they have. The BNS Building and Safety Call Center functions on a 5-day-a-week, 40-hour-a-week basis. When all is said and done, the building industry will be able to access information on a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week period, which is huge. It's a significant improvement.
Involved in that analysis and that recommendation from PricewaterhouseCoopers, it can actually be interpreted as a complement to the Department of Building and Safety, that if they're one of the earlier departments to be involved in that transition, then the basis and the foundation of this call center, which will be much larger, that they're doing in New York and Chicago, and seem to have rave reviews from constituents and also from the workers, that it's a system that works and it does create greater efficiency. It's actually a complement to the Department of Building and Safety that we're actually working toward having them transition into this earlier than at the end of it, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think there's a consensus. We've heard from the labor representative. I believe as a city, there's consensus that an effective 311 system will best serve the interests of all of our communities, from citizens to the building industry.
Cheryl, what I'd like you to share with your members is that I'm now engaging more and more on this issue. I'm not saying because I'm engaging it's going to be perfect or what have you, but I've gotten firm commitments from the head of the Department of Building and Safety, also Mr. Fujioka, that everybody's going to do everything that they can to make sure that they follow the letter of the law, our legal requirements, and respecting our workers and the changes that are going to be taking place, and that the labor management meetings and agreement will be adhered to the proper letter, not only to the law, but also in the spirit of why we even have that, to make sure that the workers' fears or concerns, whether they be exaggerated or not, that they be adhered to, that they be listened to, and that they make sure that the transition is something that's respectful to the workers, and also without compromising, if at all possible, the service to our constituents. So we have that commitment. I'm not saying that commitment was never there. All I'm saying is we're just making sure in this moment of a lot of rhetoric, we're making sure that everybody understands, like Mr. Bill Fujioka said, everybody just take a deep breath, step back, and we're going to approach this properly and appropriately, respecting all the parties responsibly. And also, I'm glad you brought that up, Mr. Fujioka. Certainly, I could imagine from a worker's vantage point, say maybe a single parent, they're working for building and safety, they're enjoying the opportunity to provide that service and have that job, and they're 9 to 5, and then all of a sudden they realize, wait a minute, this new call center is going to be 24/7. Does that mean I'm going to do a midday shift? When are they going to just tell me about this? Are they going to give us an opportunity to volunteer and see how many takers we have? The latter is likely what's going to happen, is that we're going to follow through step by step, respecting the workers, respecting the ultimate goal, and I have a strong feeling that everything's going to work out very, very well for everybody. So I want to thank you, Cheryl, for coming forward today and expressing the concerns that some of the workers have. Also, Mr. Fujioka, for clarifying that we're not doing this in a haphazard fashion, that we're making sure we're dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's, and everything's going to work out just fine. And also to Andrew Edelman, thank you so much for the meetings we've had recently to make sure that we just focus on on the proper transition rather than allowing things to get out of hand. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Cardenas. Councilmember Smith.
Thank you, Madam President. Just for the record, Ms. Fujioka, during the budget hearings, I addressed this very issue with you and asked for a report back in a memo, as I recall. And you came back to the committee and said everything's fine, this is okay, it's going to work, everything's thought out, there's no problem, we need to proceed. Is that not what you said in the memo?
Absolutely, I can address that and where we're at this point today. I believe your office, and I believe most of your offices, received a large number of faxes, emails, telephone calls from the industry. A notice was sent out from the department that identified a number of service problems associated with this merger. This notice that was sent out was replete with problems and errors. It had some misstatements in it. We have an industry that is inflamed right now, that is very, very angry. We also have employees who are operating on bad information right now. I was ready yesterday to go forward with this move because, again, it's employees staying in the same job locations, providing the same information. The same folks will be handling the industry calls. There's no change in service, absolutely. But then when I talked to our labor rep, and I found out some of the information and some of the concerns of the employees and how it's escalated beyond anything that would be at anyone's, would be acceptable to anyone. At that point in time, I brought all my staff together this morning and I said, I know we're ready to do whatever, ready to go, but it's at a point, and I don't want to get into a lot of it, but I'm going to tell you, I was extremely upset. I'm at a point right now where the prudent thing to do, the responsible thing to do, especially in light of how upset these employees were made to be, or they became for a number, a host of reasons, we need to just take a deep breath. We need to suspend this. We're going to go back and address the issues, because a lot of the things that we went through an extensive work the last couple of days to identify and to address some of the issues and some of the statements that have been put out both in the industry and employees. At that point in time, it said, okay, this is just too crazy right now. Let's suspend it for 90 days. Let's work through the details. We are going forward with this. It's the best thing that can happen for the city and the 311 program, but we need to be sensitive to our employees in the building industry right now.
I think it was important to bring that forward because I did question this in committee and was told everything was fine.
We were
I think
ready.
we acted upon your guidance that everything was thought out and that everything was ready to go. And now you bring us forward to where we are today and that there's a public relations campaign to undo what we did in committee and council. I think that's wrong. And so I'm going to say it on the record today. I've been a big supporter of building safety, a big fan of building safety, but I'm tired of our general manager who thinks he is a politician and could go out and build up public opposition to things that this council has done or is doing. I had a problem with him once before, and I think if you want to be a politician, Mr. Edelman, run for office. If you want to be a general manager, manage your department. If you identify these problems, you should have come to us during the committee process and said so. This is not the proper thing to use city resources, time, and money to go out into the community to fight something the council's already acted on. I'm very upset with you.
Councilmember Labange.
Greg, I appreciate what you said, but also I think it's a very important issue in understanding how the trades work. This is going to take the time for you to look at it. You said what you described it very clearly.
We're going to take the time to let the emotions to settle down. We have a very angry business community, building community, say the trades, because bad information was given to them. We have, even more important for me, we have a group of employees who are extremely upset because they feel they're being mistreated, and they feel that we're going to do something on a unilateral basis versus going through our illegally mandated, and to a large respect, very morally mandated, impact bargaining requirement. We're going to sit down with labor and address these issues. So at this point in time, I'm saying, let's just stop. Let's slow this down. Let's address these issues, and then we'll move forward.
Good. Okay, members, I just want to say it's important to do what Bill said. And I think that's what John Ferraro would say, because John Ferraro would say anytime there's a collision, you back up, you let the dust settle, and you figure out what's to do right for the city. What's to do right for the city, who's involved with the people who we are to serve. what's due right for the city, for the people who serve the city as employees, and what's due right for the efficiency that's so important when we look at the advancement of technology and how people are communicating. So, Mr. CEO, I thank you for your recommendation of that, and I support that. But I also want to say, too, because I just believe it's home plate, and this is home plate, the city council. And even though we all work to get around and get to home plate, it never bothers me when anybody says something until we get to home. But once we get to home, you know, then we move forward. Okay, there's my Wizard of Oz story today.
Councilmember Weiss.
I just want to say that I appreciate Mr. Fujioka, your efforts here, acting as an honest broker, trying to arrive at a good public policy solution, and I know we will. And I appreciate what Mr. Cardenas said, all the time and attention he's spending on this. I think we will do exactly what you suggested, Mr. Cardenas, and come up with the right, good public policy solution. But I was most impressed with what Mr. Smith said. It did need to be said. Greg, thank you for saying that.
Thank you, Mr. Weiss. The matter is now before us with the amended and suggestion of Mr. Fujioka as presented by Mr. Cardenas. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
That is approved. I would also like to request items 12, 35, 36, 38, 39, and 40 go forthwith. And I believe that that brings us to the public comment period. So let me call forward at this time Manuel Claroy, Adalberto Rodriguez, Nicholas Rodriguez, Maria Rodriguez, Remedios Zapata, and Rafael Martinez Diaz. Please come forward and address us. I think we need the translator. Please begin.
Soy Edilberta Rodríguez, vengo representando a los campesinos del sur centro de Los Ángeles, y pues viniéndoles a pedir que nos ayuden, nos apoyen, y aquí, ¿cómo se llama? Villaraigosa, que nos apoye a que sigamos con el jardincito. Es muy bonito y usted ya ha ido, ya nos ha acompañado y que nos ayude.
My name is Edilberta Rodriguez. I'm here representing the farmers of the South Central Garden. I'm here to ask your support and your assistance. And Mr. Villaraigosa, you visited our garden. You see that it's a very pretty garden. Since you've been there, you know what we're talking about. So I'm please asking for all of your support so that we can keep this garden and continue with this struggle of the South Central farmers. Thank you.
Un saludo para el señor Antonio Villaraigosa, próximo alcalde de la ciudad de Los Ángeles. Que Dios lo socorra en su gobierno para que nos ayude a nosotros también.
Greetings to the new elected mayor, Mr. Villaraigosa of the city of Los Angeles. May God bless you so you can continue supporting this city and also supporting us. Thank you.
Mi nombre es María Rodríguez. Yo vengo representando a sus Central Farmers, 41 y Alameda. Yo vengo a pedirles a los concejales que ahorita que tienen un poquito de tiempo nos ayuden para quedarnos ahí en ese terrenito, por favor, para seguir sembrando nuestras plantitas.
Good morning. My name is Maria Rodriguez. I'm here to ask all of the council people, now that you have a little bit of spare time, to please take some time to help us so that we're able to remain in that garden. It's a garden that's located on 41st and Alameda, so we can continue farming and planting our vegetables there. Thank you.
Muchas gracias y espero que nos puedan ayudar.
Thank you, and we look forward to your help.
Thank you. We have one other card that was submitted, Alma Ramirez. Is Alma Ramirez here to come forward? I can't believe she's coming forward now.
Good morning, council members. My name is Alma Ramirez. I am a Mexican muckraker. I am a Republican non-neo-Nazi, and I'm a non-butt kisser. Today, I would like to speak about the following. I'd also like to put these people on notice. President George Bush, Governor Schwarzenegger, my Presidente Vicente Fox, the Splendor of Mexico, Chief William Bratton, Attorney General Bill Lockyer, FBI, INS, California Supreme Court Justices, notably presiding Justice Ronald George, Minister Luis Farrakhan, Reverend Al Sharpton, Reverend Jesse Jackson, the Latino butt kissers, and the Asian community. Minasan Ohio gozaimasu, watashi Ramirez des, hajime mashite. Anyway, having been between two counties and several states, I would like to first and foremost point out that nobody has ever truly helped a Mexican, especially those of us who are law-abiding Mexicans who have come here by the letter of the law. And I will challenge my record up against Weiss and all the other schmucks and shysters here. What I also have noticed that whenever I have tried to expose the corruption in slum housing lords, like for instance Henry Weiss and Attorney Ronald Weiss, they perjure themselves with a judge in a small claims action in the Van Nuys courthouse. Again, all the slum lords hire chilangos and those people who cannot speak English. And then that is a main dilemma. I was beaten and ambushed by chilangos. And one wonderful officer, Officer Scott Nunez, came to me and said, Mrs. Ramirez, thank you for fighting these slumlords. I am worried about my colleagues who may be ambushed and killed by these people. I took my case to City Attorney Luis, took my case to, excuse me, I can't remember his name at this very moment. City Attorney at Van Nuys, and he was absolutely wonderful. I tried to call the City Attorney, Rocker Delgadillo, and that was a joke. He threatened to have me arrested. And again, people need to know that good law-abiding Mexicans aren't protected, not even by our own. Loretta Tia Taco Sanchez, Lule Faltan Huevos Correa, and all the other butt kissers have not helped our own. Lastly, I'd like to bring the situation with Michael Jackson. It is alleged that Michael Jackson went to Africa, contracted a shaman, paid him a substantial amount of money, and from then on to cast a spell on Spielberg, Katzenberg, and Geffen and all the other schmucks and shysters. From then on, his legal woes began. And who do they use? The DA always uses chilangos and these people who break the law, who lie, perjure themselves under oath, who even sell their kids, prostitute themselves. I have been poor, but I have never sold myself or my dignity or by who I am and what I am. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, as a proud Mexican, I will challenge my record. And lastly, I would like to thank the Honorable Mayor Kurt Pringle of Anaheim, a white man who has given me the dignity, the decency to spend and talk anything and openly about issues that hurt Mexicans, blacks, and the racial tensions, etc. He does protect and liberate the First Amendment.
Thank you.
Bravo to the Honorable Mayor Kurt Pringle, who has never been disrespectful to me.
All right,
and
I'm going to ask you to conclude.
Thank you. And I wish that there would be more Mexicans that had the honor and splendor that Vicente Fox and Honorable Mayor Kurt Pringle have. I really do respect, and these clowns up here think that everything is funny. Ha, ha, ha. It ain't funny.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That concludes the public comment period. Mr. Labange, do you have an introduction?
I do. We have a very special class. And I want to introduce Councilmember Parks.
He stole my kids.
Well, he just escorted some students up to the microphone. Mr. Parks.
Okay. What grade are you in, Tom? Are you in this?
I'm in the fourth grade. I'm going to fifth.
What is your name? Say it loud.
Angelina Gomez,
And what school?
68th Street School.
Colleagues, we have the 68th Street School, elementary school from the 8th District. Mr. Al Rosenberg is here as their chaperone, and we have 60 members. Would you stand up so you can be seen? Wave at the cameras and say, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for representing your class. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Parks, and welcome to the class. Hope you enjoy your day at City Hall.
Leaving my kids alone.
I believe that, what is remaining, Mr. Clerk?
Council has motions for posting and referral.
They are posted and referred.
There are excuses on the desk. Councilmember Labange, request to be excused on July 27th, July 29th, and August 2nd for city business. A motion is required.
All members move. Mr. Labange is excused.
Councilmember Garcetti, request to be excused to leave at 11:15 on Friday, June 17th for city business. A motion is also required.
Mr. Zine moves. Mr. Villaraigosa seconds.
That does clear the desk, Madam President.
All right, members, are there any announcements? We do. Mr. Parks for announcement.
Thank you, Madam President. We have 3 announcements, again, for the community's awareness that LAPD, Southwest and South Traffic, along with the CHP, has started their weekend anti-cruising task force on Crenshaw Boulevard, and it will go throughout the summer. We also want to announce that the celebration of Black Music Concert Series starts in Leimert Park and will be given each Saturday through June in Leimert Park, June 4th through June 25th. And so we're asking the public, anyone having a need for more information, would call 310-330-0178. And then finally, the ongoing farmers market in the Leimert Park parking lot, and that's on every Sunday throughout the rest of this year.
Thank you, Mr. Parks. Mr. Cardenas, did you have an announcement?
Thank you very much. I just wanted to announce that the San Fernando Valley Fair, bless you, which is part of the recognized fairs of the state of California. You can go out there and see some of the biggest cows and horses and alligators and all kinds of things that they have. Eat some corn on the cob and all kinds of other goodies and cotton candy and everything under the sun. From today through Sunday, over at the in Lakeview Terrace at Hanson Dam. That's off of the 210 freeway, and Osborne and Foothill. That's the Hanson Dam Park. They can accommodate tens of thousands of individuals there throughout the weekend. So please enjoy it. Wendy knows a lot more about this than I do probably. You want to add anything to that, Wendy? It's right next to your district.
No, it's going to be a great event, and I know if Alex was here today, he would talk about it as well in his district, but it's a great event for family, and we're glad to have it there in the Hanson Dam area.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Zine.
Yeah, we'd like to invite everyone to the Valley Traffic Division Traffic Safety Fair that is going to be held Saturday. Greg, come on over here. Councilmember Greg Smith. I know you're going to be there too. Wendy's going to be there. I'm going to be there. And it's going to be this Saturday. Where, when, etc. I know it's your district.
10 to 4, Valley Plaza Park. I know we're going to be there, I think, at 1 o'clock, but it will be there all day. It's a great way to learn about some traffic safety. We're going to have car seat giveaways, checking to make sure they've been installed properly, a number of other traffic safety programs. So we invite you all to come, and thank you. The time again is from 10 to 4 on Saturday. We'll let Greg Smith say something now, too.
Come on, Greg. Come on, Greg.
Greg's just going to join
Reserve
in.
Officer Greg Smith.
Ditto.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Seeing none, are there any adjourning resolutions today? Any adjourning resolutions, members? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll. Mr. Labange, did you have a? All right, then please call the roll, Mr. Clerk.
Cardenas, Garcetti, Gruel, Han, Labange, Ludlow, Miskowski, Parks, Perry, Smith, Vitigosa, Weinstein, Padilla.
Council is adjourned. Thank you.